To Elk River we go, and a magical night for number 12, Reza Mahmoud. He scores the game's first touchdown for the Rebels on a short run, and it's 7-0. Elk River ties the game up. A 71-yard run by Joel Cordy. Watch him as he takes off down the right sideline, and the Elks would tie the game at 7. But Mahmoud, who was fairly contained in the first half, and then had the huge second half, and unfortunately we were just there for the first half, but Mahmoud, 439 yards on the ground. He also tallied plenty of yards receiving, but the 439 is not a state record. That belongs to Brian Day of Brainerd, set in 1996, 461 yards. Mahmoud takes it into the end zone. A play later after that pass play, 8 touchdowns and a Champlain Park win in a shootout, 61-50, and they advance. Central comes through in a big way against Como Park, down 17-14. Huge run for Barthez Bernard, takes it 43 yards deep into Como Park territory. And then on the same drive, Nate Hunkins will throw a perfect strike to Sean Boardman to put Central up 21-17. That was the final score, but they needed some defensive help near the end to seal the victory. Eric Simons with a big sack coming up, and Central advances to the next round with a nice win tonight over Como Park, 21-17 the final. Cretin-Derham Hall rolls along. Joe Mauer to Brandon Bowser. Bowser takes it 35 yards. This against Minneapolis South today in the 5-5A playoffs. And that will set up a touchdown run by Rashawn Powers-Neal. He'll take it 7 yards for the score. Raiders leading 21-0. Later in the first quarter, it's Mauer again, this time to Rashawn Powers-Neal for a screen pass, 18-yard play. Central wins, or I'm sorry, Cretin wins 49-0 the final in this one. Also in 5-5A, Kennedy and Cooper, big fans, lots of fans on hand at Bloomington tonight. This is Marcus Levasseur, the quarterback, short touchdown run. Boy, has he made a difference with this Eagles program. Levasseur leading the way. Watch him pitch to Pierre Cowan. He'll take it into the end zone. Kennedy wins 35-14 to advance in the playoffs. Section 7 5A highlights tonight. Down 6-0. The fake punt, and then Digger Anderson throws to Joel Rumpsch. Nice play, 27 yards. First down inside the 10-yard line. Next play, Cardinal tailback John Hendricks takes it in for the touchdown from the left end. They missed the extra point. The game tied at 6. Hendricks again, this time up the middle, cuts it back to the right, scores a 10-yard TD. Coon Rapids up 13-6. And then Charlie Hollenbach trying to get Anoka into the end zone late in the game, picked off by Dan Anderson. Coon Rapids survives with a big win over Anoka tonight. 13-6 was the final. Burnsville beat Edina tonight. We were there in the first half, and Edina's Kevin Carlson scores from 2 yards out. The only highlight we got from the game, but Burnsville wins it 23-14 the final, so they advance in 2-5A. The Jaguars of Jefferson beat Minnetonka today in a hard-fought game. Jeff Jarvis on the sweep, 14-7. Jags on top at this point. A few plays later, watch the pass by Minnetonka's Dan Berglund, picked off by the very solid safety, Sam Brown, number 22. He goes 44 yards for the touchdown on the interception, and Jefferson wins the final today, 28-27. At Eastview, Kyle Krivorichka with a nice pass down the middle. Nate Johnson on the receiving end, and Eastview takes a 7-0 lead. Still in the first quarter, it's Johnson again, this time a short run, and Eastview moves on, 41-0 final over Winona. A stunner at Tartan tonight. 6-seed Stillwater and White beat the Titans. Sean Clooney off the option pitch, long touchdown run. The Ponies, who finished 2-6 in the regular season, stunned Tartan. Watch this play now. Nate Johnson, the quarterback, to Josh Burns, 53-yard TD strike. Stillwater wins it tonight, 28-21, and they get Woodbury next. St. Paul Johnson battled Harding in Section 3-5A. Tip pass, number 90, Christopher Caldwell picks it off for Johnson. The turnover leads to a score. John Robinson, number 30, will power his way in from 7 yards out, and the Governors advance in 3-5A. Final score, 21-7. Scoreless until the second quarter. Pete Deering to Ryan Koch, 51 yards, takes Ryan Koch's pass. That's Pete Deering on the receiving end, and down the field, and then it sets up a touchdown. Koch to Jake Johnson. Watch him bobble it, then hold on to it against Osseo. The winning touchdown, 7-6 final. Maple Grove survives against Osseo. Armstrong 7-0 leading in this game against Park Center. Joe Tongan to Matt Wilson across the middle all the way to the 10-yard line. A couple plays later, it will set up a touchdown as you see Wilson heading down the field. Josh Pomerleau, their big running back, 4-yard TD run. And Armstrong with a shutout tonight, 13-0, the final in that one.
It's no secret that the hopes of the Hopkins Royals ride on the talented right arm of senior quarterback Matt Hosey. The Buffalo Bison knew it, but they were powerless to do anything about it.
His coach has done a great job with him, really has.
You weren't like at 2 years old having him throw into a pillow or anything?
No, I did coach him from 5th grade through 8th grade.
So you get a little bit of the credit.
Oh, I'll take some.
Yeah.
My wife takes it all.
On their opening possession, the Royals drive 84 yards in 7 plays, capped by a 6-yard scoring toss from Hosey to Zach Pucktel.
Talk to your dad, and he says most of the credit for your development goes to your mom. What's up with that?
I'd say more to my dad. He played some college football at Michigan State, and he taught me a lot, and everybody's taught me a lot.
Unable to stop the Royals, the Bison gamble and go on 4th down, but the Royals are ready, and Hopkins takes over on downs.
Well, I thought it was a pretty big play. It was a big momentum play. It gave us a short field, and we like the short field with our passing game.
This time it takes the Royals just 1 play to strike. Again, it's Hosey to Bucktel on a 50-yard bomb, 13-0 after the miss point after, but Bucktel leaves the game with an ankle injury.
No, not a big deal. A lot of icing and a lot of Advil, and I'll be fine.
Even without their top wideout, the Royals don't miss a beat, driving 53 yards in 6 plays. This time, it's Hosey to Rob Merritt, and with the 2-point conversion, the Royals increase their lead to 21-zip. The Bison go back to what they do best, power football behind Zach Christ and James Martin. The Bison move into Royal territory, but when they're forced to throw, Maurice Buchanan lowers the boom on Brent Anderson, putting an early end to Anderson's night.
That was about as hard as a quarterback can be hit. As a defensive end, is that almost a dream come true?
Oh, yeah, I planned that out. I dreamed about that for a long time, and it happened today. I'm so happy for it.
From there, Hopkins shows they can score on the ground as well. Andrew Wright goes in from 34 yards out in a lopsided victory for the Royals.
Oh, you know, I love it. I mean, we can score really from anywhere, and it's really just a fun offense to play, and I like it a lot.
The Royals' reward for their win tonight, a rematch with the top seed from Wayzata. And to advance, Hopkins will need a repeat performance and then some. In Hopkins, I'm Tim McNiff for the KARE 11 Prep Sports Extra.
Well, tonight in Richfield, Holy Angels and Larry Fitzgerald Jr. ready to take on Blake. But how about this, his little brother? Marcus Fitzgerald in from 11 yards out. Holy Angels cruises to an easy win in the playoffs tonight, 44-0. Give Jefferson credit. They played him tough. Touchdown strike to junior Brian Sikora. His big brother plays at the University of Minnesota. And Jefferson in front, but the Eagles scored 21 points in the 4th quarter to win. Mike Erickson, pretty touchdown pass to Kevin Jacobs, covering 34 yards. Eden Prairie, 36. Jefferson, 15. Champlin Park, star running back Reza Mahmoud, 439 yards rushing Tuesday night. Tonight, he busts loose against Blaine on a 78-yard screen pass for a touchdown. But Blaine's defense held Mahmoud to only 109 yards rushing. His longest rush tonight, just 12 yards. The defense does the job. They score on the ground, and they beat Champlin Park 36-18, the final. Cretin-Derham Hall bombs Apple Valley. Joe Mauer shovel pass. Rashawn Powers-Neal is gone. 32 yards on the TD. Mauer 4 touchdowns, 340 yards. Powers-Neal 177 yards on the ground and 3 scores, 54-10. Cretin-Derham Hall wins. The Bears of White Bear Lake tonight against St. Paul Central. Colby White in for the touchdown, and White Bear Lake in front. They've got a great quarterback. Roger Casey runs the option. Watch him here. Keeps it 10 yards on the score, 48-13. White Bear Lake. North St. Paul's Wes Hagstrom gets in from short yardage in their game against Mounds View tonight. Cuts the Mustangs lead to 17-6. Nice pass coming up. Mike Nielsen, the quarterback, to a diving John Lacey. It sets up a Mounds View touchdown run by Andrew Huber, and Mounds View wins tonight 31-15. They will play White Bear Lake in next. Wayzata Trojans, watch the pass. Jordan Ruff, Marion Barber scored 3 touchdowns today. Nice catch here to set up one for his teammate Otis Smallwood. 30 carries, 211 yards in the final today. Wayzata wins, and they'll get Maple Grove next. 49-14, Maple Grove over Armstrong. In 3A, the fullback, Steve Athman, weighs 265, pounds it home. Watch the TD strike. John Stocco to Larry Fitzgerald Jr., 10 catches, 136 yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Holy Angels wins easily, 49-22 over Rockford. They will host Delano, who won tonight.